That was a quick glimpse of Sean's setup. Check out what we've done to mine. The Troopy fit out is 100% completed on the inside. Internal fit out done. Storage everywhere. One fridge here, one fridge behind me. Power that I can control Bluetooth if I choose to. And lights. Lights absolutely everywhere. This thing looks like a mothership at night. As you may already be aware, this is a 4-seat conversion now, was a 10-seater. The reason why I'm bringing this up again is the fact that we have a 2-seat Troopy over there, which is Sean's. Now, Sean helped me design and fit this whole Troopy out. We're going to compare this to his afterwards, and you'll see how clever we've gotten to fit all this in with 4 seats still in the car. It's pretty cool. What you see here just looks like a pair of drawers and a fridge and another drawer. But when in actual fact, it's a full operating kitchen, and I can move that out. Now, on top of this, before we get to that, because we'll actually cook a meal right now, so I can show you how it works properly, we've got the pantry. And in the pantry, we've got all the utensils here, all pots and pans and all that stuff, and oils and everything that's tall. I've made like a taller section here. Well, Sean from Mission 4x4 made that for me. And then on this side, we got all the food, bread and stuff like that. Now, if I need additional food, check this out. We've thought about everything. These boxes, which I'm very fond of and have quite a few of, going between the 2 cars I've got, fits in there. So if I'm lacking a bit of storage, I can throw one of these in here, 2, 4 really if I wanted to. And on the roof, I can have a couple as well. Storage wise, absolutely everywhere. And you also notice these molly panels up here, which allow me to put the lights here. So when I'm cooking, they shine straight down. I can change them to red. I'll get more into the lights a bit later because the whole electrical system is pretty epic. I can actually control it from my phone if I want to. Let's get cooking. I'm here with Sean from Mission 4x4 and we are testing out the new kitchen, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And while we're doing that, we're going to cook some lamb koftas. So today I'm the head chef and you are my assistant today, yeah?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to pass you a couple of things.
Okay.
So it's not just boring lamb koftas. I've got a lot of ingredients here with me.
Okay, cucumber, tomatoes.
Finally, some herbs. Actually, wait, there's one more thing. Having a 65 litre upright fridge is foreign to me, especially when it comes to camping. I'm used to a chest fridge freezer. This is going to take some getting used to. There are definitely some golden points about this. However, on the flip side, there are certain items I cannot fit inside this fridge. And you may be wondering, do I have enough fridge space anymore? I do, because in the front of the vehicle, center console fridge, 13 litres, holds the drinks. The back fridge is just for food. So on a big trip, I would just load it with food and have all my drinks in the front fridge.
Oh yeah.
Souvlaki. Some lamb koftas. We're gonna make some Greek, sort of like a sauce. Well, a yogurt sauce, yogurt-based sauce. Salt and pepper. Mate, did that come out of your jacket?
Yeah. I always carry salt and pepper. So how do you like the kitchen so far?
Mate, so far, so good.
Good?
All right, Sean, will you keep chopping? I'm gonna light this up and get the koftas going.
Sounds like a plan.
The best thing about this kitchen is the fact that everything is compact into this one unit. There's storage underneath it, and when I pull the drawer out, that is where the cooker is. Underneath the cooker, I slip the hose down and connect the gas. That's the only procedure I really need to do.
I think this is gonna be delicious.
Oh mate, this will be the bomb. If I have a lot of ingredients on my actual kitchen table, I can simply slide the board away if I need to get to the pantry. It is so cool.
Ronnie, that smells good.
Mate, it smells delicious. I'm just turning the heat down a bit so we can buy ourselves a little bit of time. So while Sean's chopping up everything else, we're just gonna get a bit of lemon. We're gonna squeeze a fair bit of this half of lemon in there. All right, let's get the cucumbers in here.
Here we go, it's coming.
All right, that'll do, mate. All right, if you can finally chop this up for me. If you could kindly throw that in, please, Sean.
Sure, mate. This is coming too.
Mate, I might have to put you on full time as my assistant chef, mate. It's nice work, mate.
I'm happy to do that. So you want me to chop the tomato as well?
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I completely forgot. You just love chopping things, don't you?
Oh.
Do you want to rinse them under the tap?
That will do, Ronnie.
I've turned the heat off. These are done. So when you're camping, you usually only have like a 2-burner stove, right? Which is perfect for this meal. But when you got like so many flatbreads, what do? Well, just do that and then you just rotate them through. Just make sure they don't sit there for too long. And this being a cast iron pan, doesn't matter, metal or metal.
So basically it's non-stick.
Non-stick, well, no, it's not non-stick, it's stick.
It's stick.
This is stick, this is non-stick.
Okay.
That's your good old Teflon there. So Sean, how long did it take you to design this kitchen?
I will say about 1 month.
1 month, yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot of thoughts gone into it, a lot of design, so we have to make sure everything fits together, nice and strong for off-roading.
Yeah, you've done well, mate.
Yeah, you can see like it fits nicely over the wheel arch as well.
Yeah,
So,
this is epic.
yeah, I'm very happy with the design.
You've absolutely used every single part of space that's
You happy?
in here. Yeah, I'm very happy. I did a bit of a co-design with him here with the fridge here. I love this. I think you're doing the same now too, aren't you? You're going to change
Yeah,
yours?
I'm gonna update my Troopy for an upright fridge. So that's something will be a second design available for a 2-seater.
Yeah, it's so handy just having that right there. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, this is probably the best job right now because it's so cold.
Don't hide it. I want to have that one.
I reckon you can have that one.
Oh, thanks, Ronny.
Let's get you going. Let me serve you up here. All right, so let's chop like cucumber.
Yes, do that, and then
A couple of cherry tomatoes.
look at that.
There we go.
Ronny, this is not camping. This is glamping.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, mate. That
That's
will
gonna
do.
be good, mate.
Very nice.
Such a
This is delicious. The meat, it's tender.
going in
It's very
fingers,
nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the first proper meal I've cooked on this kitchen. I had Sean out here chopping stuff and it wasn't really shaking the kitchen much, so I'm pretty impressed with that. 2 burner, which is also great. This pan, I worked out that I can just tuck it in underneath this edge on this drawer here. It locks it in, which is really cool. Plenty of room for 2 pans. I don't need to change or add anything to this. This is absolutely awesome. Hey Sean, you can't just leave me with the dishes. All right, there's so much more to see and show. Cooking's done. Want to just touch on these molly panels. What I don't want to do is just clutter the whole thing up. Done like an L shape on both sides. So over here we got like sanitizers, which is great, you know, for your cooking and everything. Just everything's here. Got my axe here, somewhere to light a fire with here. Tool drawer, any tools, anything like that will be in here. Other stuff gets shoved down here like welding gloves, thongs, you know, all the dirty gear. In that same cavity, I can also store spare parts if need be. Let's jump inside. The kitchen actually doubles as more than just a kitchen and a pantry. I can pull this table out and I can literally sit here. I can grab my laptop, do a bit of work if I want to, but usually on the road, all we do is just dump our footage and stuff. So I won't be doing any editing from here. Underneath that, we've got a drawer and this is where I just keep all, you know, radios and just all kinds of weird paraphernalia. I've still got to sort this out. Where I'm sitting doubles as 2 things. It's a platform to sit on while I'm eating dinner or working on a laptop or whatever. And the other part is storage on top and storage underneath. This platform here is also made so I can have another box and even like my clothing bag fits in there nicely as well. So everything is designed around the particular bags and boxes that I'm already using. Lighting wise, I've hooked up these little reading lights. It's got a USB port as well. They came with the roof conversion actually, but something that I think was pretty clever. We hooked up this PDP light here, not to the new battery system, to the actual door switch. So when the door opens and closes, this light will come on. As you can see, if I put the override to turn it off, it's off. Red and white. Now, these lights are in other places around the vehicle as well. But before we get to those other lights, I want to show you something down here. Behind this seat, we have the brains of the system. So we've added this piece on the Sean's kitchen and I've installed a TVMS here. That is the BMS up here, which piggybacks to this. And then that goes to the screen at the front, which we'll get to in a sec. Now, this has 10 inputs that are 10 amps each, which means that I can physically run the fridges straight off them without having a fuse or anything, because this will act as like a switcher and a circuit breaker at the same time. However, any load under 10 amps, I'm pretty sure you have to fuse. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this. Reading the instruction manual, it tells me that, but I've had people tell me otherwise. It also made it easier for us just to put 10 fuses right here because we could wire all the loads to that. And then from there, we plugged the TVMS into each of those inputs and then configured it through the phone app on the actual Red Vision screen, which we'll get to in a sec. So through this switcher, I can control everything on the vehicle via Bluetooth or on that screen back there. Inside here, which I may have touched on already, is the lithium battery, which powers everything. 100 watts of solar on the roof. Having the panels is quite important for me because I will leave this parked in the driveway for a lengthy period of time. It's going to keep the fridges powered, so I don't have to empty them out and worry about food getting spoiled. I have a blanket as well if I need it, so if I'm going to hang around camp for a while, I can plug in an extra up to 300 watts in, so that's like 400 watts. Most of the time I'm driving through the night, so I'll rarely need the solar blanket out. Behind this seat is the inverter. Just going to run a 350 watt inverter because all I'm really doing is charging camera gear. I'm not going to make a coffee with it. I'm not going to run induction or any of that silly nonsense because then the power setup just blows out of the water. But more importantly, everything is fused with the adequate size fuse and the adequate size wire. And then there was light. I can control everything from this panel right here. And additionally to that, these are also able to be switched from here. So I can turn them off, I can switch them to red. Really cool. So I've got a foot long one here and a 2 foot long one here. These are the PDP lights. So red for nighttime, so you kind of eliminate the bugs, and white for when you're cooking, so you can actually see what you're doing. Because when you've only got red light, you can't see color when you've got red light on. Inside, I've got a USB plug, but it's also plugged into all the lights inside, so I can turn those off. I've got lights on the outside of the vehicle, on both sides. Now they can also be switched from the front by toggling the switch to turn them on or off. So I can leave them permanently on here and then toggle them in the vehicle. Currently I've got the party lights on as well, which can, you can put it to any color. They're RGB. So right now they're on rainbow mode, just party lights. I know, ridiculous, they're rock lights, but hey, I reckon they're cool. Further down the menu, got the water plugged into this as well. We've got the compressor, we've got the inverter, which I think I showed you guys before. The dual compressor itself stowed away in dead space. On the outside of the vehicle, I have a hatch. In this hatch, I can access solar in, air out from the compressor. It's also my water inlet. Everything is running through this whole system, which is really cool. The fridges are in lock mode, so that means if anyone knocks a button, you can't switch it off. So going through the Red Vision system, it tells me how much is coming out of the battery and how long it takes to go flat, which apparently is 19 hours if I'm running everything. I've got a lot of stuff on at the moment. So back onto these particular lights here, come around the side and I'll show you the gull wings that I've lit up as well. All right, around the side, this is the cafe, which I'll show you a bit more of tomorrow, but for now, lights on, lights off. Again, I can go to red so I can retain night vision, enough light to see, but more importantly, USB. So I can charge anything I want. Torches, mozzie lights. Actually, I'm gonna get this out. I'm getting smashed right now, actually. The exterior lights here, these are just Rock 9s. I was worried that they wouldn't be enough light, but in all honesty, they are enough light. Also through here. On the 79, I've got the Rock 20s. The Rock 20s just seem to be a little bit too bright, especially at camp. These aren't too bad. Although I don't really like having all this artificial light on at camp, particularly white lights. So these will generally get switched off. And then we just have the party lights, which just give you that little illumination of glow. Once all the lights are switched off, it's a bit hard to show on camera, but to the naked eye, it's a nice light to have just bouncing off the ground. You can actually see where people are setting up their swags, or you want to shut everything up. This time around, instead of just going red, I've gone for the RGBs, and at the moment it's on rainbow mode. Party! Good morning. Time for some coffee. Coffee's ready!
Smells good, Ronny.
I hope I didn't say that too loud because we'll find out if anyone else is camping. Coffee's ready!
Since you making the breakfast. Smells good, Ronny.
Oh yes.
Since you're making the coffee, I better start the breakfast.
Arbiter. G'day, Sean.
Hey, Ronnie, smells good.
It sure
Since
does.
you're making the coffee, I'll make the breakfast.
Yay! We
Yep.
did it! While Sean goes over there to start the breakfast, he's going to run you through the difference between a two-seater Troopy setup compared to the four-seater. You won't go through the kitchen and all that, but you just show the difference.
Yep, sure we
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, he's been running that thing for 12 months. Take it away, Sean.
All right, let's make the breakfast.
Coffee.
Thanks, Ronnie. That smells good.
I made it strong.
So, Ronnie, what do you think of your kitchen so far?
Mate, I am stoked. Really stoked. And that side is exactly the same, I can see.
Yeah, I made this 12 months ago, so at Mission 4x4, and I made this for a two-seater Troopy, and then yours, it's for four-seater or five-seater Troopy.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that.
Yeah.
For a 5 or a 4.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so inside, basically with the two-seater, you gain more storage by having this long storage system with the couch on the right-hand side. So you can use it for your daily use, and then you can sit there, pull the table just like yours,
Yeah.
and work on your laptop.
And you got your fridge behind the passenger seat. How big is the fridge there?
Okay, so I have National Luna 60 litres there, and then under the fridge, so I utilise the space by having the water tank there.
Oh, so you got the water inside the Troopy, not under.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you can still hear the water when you drive, but it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. So I got 100
You
litre.
hear everything in a Troopy anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's a panel van.
Yeah, pretty much.
As I mentioned, on the right-hand side, you got a long storage system where you can hide all your batteries, all your electric system there, and you still have more storage under
So
the couch.
your storage side goes all the way up behind the driver's seat?
all
on this
the
side?
way behind the
Okay.
driver's seat there.
All right.
That's correct.
So that's the main difference.
Yeah.
But the kitchen is exactly the same.
The kitchen exactly the same. The
You got a
pull
travel
out.
buddy?
Yep, I got a travel body cut out there.
Where can we put a travel buddy in my car? Where can you see that? On top of the fridge?
Leave that to me.
You reckon on top of the fridge or what?
Yeah, I reckon it's a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bloody cold last night. Hopefully that travel buddy can heat up the bed.
Or maybe have a diesel heater.
Oh, mate. Or maybe just bring an extra sleeping bag. Or more sheep pelts.
Yeah.
All right, let's get cooking, eh?
Yep, let's do the breakfast.
I'm holding you up. So I will do... Sean! That's cheating.
Well, that's what you need to do in the bush.
It's
Cheating.
actually not a bad way because you're not going to smash your eggs in your fridge, right? I've got hash browns, I've got bacon, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I'll take my 12 eggs home.
Beautiful.
Because
So
of that.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a special omelette, and then yeah, we can share it. Whatever you're making, we can share it together. What is my lighter? Oh. Thanks, Ronnie. It's so cold, the olive oil gone hard. So we're gonna cook the mushrooms first. So we're gonna cook that for the next 10 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes. All right, so we're gonna add the tomatoes now, because tomatoes will take long time to cook. And then after, when the tomatoes are melt, we're gonna add the eggs. Okay, Ronnie, this breakfast is ready.
I'm a bit behind. I decided not to do the bacon. So we just got hash browns and wow, and that. And yummy.
That's it. Do you want any hand with anything?
I'll just quickly fry this up. You want to cut a few more?
Yeah. Can do that. That's a very sharp knife. Okay, Ronnie, so what's the best and what's the worst of this drawer system?
You mean like the rear setup?
Yeah.
Okay. Best part is being able to just pull up and just have all this out. Like last night when I was cooking a bit of food, it was so easy just to clean up and everything.
Okay.
It was just everything's here. And then being inside and being able to take the boots off, and the only thing I got to worry about is just brushing my feet before I get in. But that carpet's $30. So when that gets dirty, every year I'll probably replace it. Probably, I'll say the worst part is probably not being used to an upright fridge. So I've got to learn how to pack this. And there's certain things I can't put in here now.
Yeah, because it's such a compact fridge, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could change that configuration, but having a freezer is awesome. Been a while since I had a freezer, but the convenience of opening it is great. I just got to learn how to pack it. So eggs, for example, they're in here. I want to try and make something up here for the eggs. or something else, or I'll just do what I used to do and put eggs in a plastic bottle and then bring it with me that way.
Or you can cheat the way I do it.
Or that way, yeah. So it's just getting used to having an upright fridge. It's as good as it is as bad.
Okay, and do you see it's working with your roof conversion? The way you get inside and you're coming down?
Yeah, it's awesome. And then having everything organised and not stepping on things and tripping over inside.
Yeah.
The worst part about having
the bread.
Oh yeah. The worst part about a roof conversion is when you need to go for a pee in the middle of the night. We won't talk about your methods on camera.
Yeah.
But you know, for someone who gets up twice and then have to open the doors, I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about slamming the doors when we've got other people camping here.
Yeah, that's...
You got to shut the door.
Yeah.
And it's bang, bang, you know?
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing. So I might come up with some kind of method upstairs.
Yeah, Ronnie, your breakfast is ready.
Oh yeah, look at that. Thanks, mate. So come to Mission 4x4 and he'll cook your breakfast.
Oh, no.
What if they make a purchase? He'll give you a demo on how the kitchen works. You put chilies in this as well? Next time you see this Troopy, it's likely going to be sitting 5 to 6 inches higher than what it is now. Not because I'm getting a 6-inch lift, just because it is squatting on old stock suspension. Can't wait. And then we're going to hit the road, finally.